What's going on, guys? This is some helmet cam footage from the TCCRA race at Archer City during practice, and this is just going to be in the background while I talk about some of the things that I get asked very frequently in some of my YouTube videos, or like in the comments section. And probably the number one thing that I get is, why don't I wear a GoPro during a race? And really simply the answer is, it's just too much to worry about. It's like if I was racing motocross, it wouldn't be a big deal. But here, and this track wouldn't be too bad at Archer City, but most of the tracks, there's a lot of branches that, tree branches that we're just cutting it really close to, and right there was when I hit, a little branch, whatever. And that's not going to knock the camera off, but during a race, we're cutting it a lot closer than we are during practice. And if I do hit anything during practice, I have the luxury of being able to retrieve the camera, or at least try to. And during the race, I'm not stopping for a GoPro. I'm keeping going. So that pretty much is just that I can't really deal with a GoPro on a racetrack when I'm racing. It's too much most of the time. I'll try to do one. I'll try to race with the GoPro if there's a track where there's almost no tree branches that are going to hit me. Because like I said, during practice I don't cut it really close, but during the race I definitely cut it really close. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'2", 210, 215 pounds, and it's not really easy for me to fit through tight trees. So, I've mounted the camera on the side of my helmet before as well, but people seem to like the helmet cam being on the top more than the side. I kind of prefer the side view personally, but most people seem to prefer the top view. So anyway, hopefully that answers that question. And the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition is $400, so if I lose it, I'm pretty bummed out. And I did lose my GoPro Hero 2 while I was riding during practice because I was an idiot and put it on my rear fender, because that's just a dumb idea, especially on a sand track where it's going to get knocked off from just hitting whoops or whatever. Anyway, and the second thing I'll talk about is why do I have a 250SX and not a 250XC, and why did I buy the 250SX and 250XC? Well, the main thing is I like the SX better just overall because I like the 19-inch rear wheel better. I don't really care for the 18-inch rear wheel. I feel like I have better cornering on a 19-inch rear wheel. And I prefer the transmission of the SX because most of the tracks that I race at are fairly fast. Well, I'm just more used to the SX gearbox. I like the SX gearbox better than the XC gearbox. There's not as much of a gap between some gears, and it just seems better for me personally. And the other thing is, I don't really want the electric start. I had a 250XC in 2011, and we had electric start problems constantly. And the way it's designed on these bikes, or on the two-strokes at least, it seems like it's like an afterthought more than a planned electric start. It just gets dirt in it all the time, and you have to clean it so much. It's just a pain. And I do like electric start on the 4-stroke, but I don't have a 4-stroke, so I prefer the kickstart. I just prefer the kickstart because, especially on a 2-stroke, if you do stall it, which I have multiple times during races, but if you do stall it, it's like 3 seconds for you to kickstart it if you're, in a rush. And the other thing I'll talk about is, what class do I race? This is a pretty common question to people that don't go to the races that I go to, but I race the Open Expert class in the Torn series, which is Texas Off-Road Nationals. I race the Open Expert and the Sportsman Expert class in that series. And in TCCRA, I'm currently racing the Heavy Expert class. so hopefully that clears that up. I've been racing in the expert classes for 3 years. This is my 4th year, so I guess I'm kind of an expert class veteran now. It seems really weird, but I guess those are the most common questions that I get. Some other things I'll answer. I'm 18 years old. I think people have asked how old I am before, but I'm 18 years old. I'll be turning 19 in May. So let's see, what else? What do I use to edit? Final Cut Pro 10. I'm in college right now for video technology, an associate's degree in video technology, and basically that's just a broad spectrum of a lot of things video related. Primarily I'm interested in editing. I'll probably try to become an editor. I'll keep racing motorcycles for as long as I can, though, because that's just kind of what I do. And what do I use to shoot some of the other videos? I have a Canon XA10 camcorder. It's kind of a prosumer camcorder. It's like the lowest end professional camcorder that they have. It has XLR inputs and everything like that, but it's a really small camera. But it's a nice camera. It does its job. Anything else that I can think of? I really don't remember much else that I get asked. Let's see, who does my graphics? Speed Graphics does my graphics. They're a great company. I design them, but they Mick Peterson at Speed does a great job. Let's see, what else? Can't really think of anything else. How long have I been racing? This is my 7th year? I think this is my 7th year racing, but it's my 4th year in the expert class. Let me see, I started racing at the beginning of 2007, so yeah, this is my 7th year. Anyway guys, hopefully that clears up some of the major questions that you guys have asked me, and I will see you guys later. Peace.